All right, welcome again. And I am with IJ. IJ.
Oh, my name is Sija Mauche. I'd like to welcome you to Good Morning, Anambra. Good morning.
And we also have joining us to look at the papers this morning, Honorable Chukwuma Opaleziukwu, a public affairs analyst. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my dear.
All right, we'll begin this morning with stories from ABS website. On ABS website, we have President Muhammadu Buhari urged to run inclusive second-term administration. New Anambra Active Chief Judge Justice Onwamebu to be sworn in today. House of Assembly election, Anambra electorate urged to vote APA candidates. ACF urges Atiku to concede defeat. Anambra electorate asked to support APA candidate in State Assembly election to promote good governance. Anambra government debunks rumors on plans to ban Okada in Nnewi. 2019 UTME, JAMB registers over 1.8 million candidates. Those are the major stories we have on ABS website. For those stories and more, and as well for details to the stories and videos and other content, visit ABS website www.absradiotv.com to get the happenings at the moment. All right, we'll begin with the first story here. Honorable says President Buhari urged to run inclusive second-term administration. What's your take on that?
It's a necessity. Yes, it will justify the outcome of his re-election. In his first term, he didn't actually run an all-inclusive, as well demonstrated in the Security Council, where nobody from the Southeast was found worthy. It was quite not an all-inclusive government. Therefore, it's a necessity for him now to ensure that he runs an open government and ensure that all regions are accommodated in his cabinet and in his system of governance.
And if he decides not to, because
looking at the
figures that he got from the side of the world during the presidential election, as against the 95%, 5% that was recorded in 2015.
On that note, I would say it is also important to be able to see the lines between politics and governance. Along party lines, people do politics, but in governance, it is non-partisan. Governance is non-partisan. And freedom of association has made people to belong to different political parties. And in that sense, I have a friend, Luke Onyekong, who vowed never to have anything to do with PDP, even before the emergence of APC. No matter what, he can never give his votes, according to him, to PDP. His personal opinion, his fundamental right. It is still applicable to Ndibo. However, what happened that enormous or the majority of the votes from here was given to PDP. Politics is not governance. The president, as I congratulate him, I urge him to put sentiment aside, because that is sentiment. Politics in governance is sentiment. Therefore, let him put sentiment aside and run an open government for the growth of Nigeria.
All right. In line with that presidential election, the Arewa Consultative Forum, that's the topmost socio-cultural group in the north, is urging Atiku to concede defeat. Do you hold the same view with them?
Sure.
Why do you do so?
The deed is done legally. PMB has been announced and presented certificate of return. We believe INEC has done so in accordance with the law. So if there is any objection from anywhere, let the rule of law be maintained.
And when you say the rule of law, what do you mean?
You know, there are appropriate waters where where grievances or arguments on such matters should be channeled to.
Which is what former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is doing. He said he will go to court.
Yes, it's fundamental right.
But ACF is asking him to drop every litigation and then consider defeat.
Their suggestion, and I am in tandem with them.
Why are you in tandem with them not to go to court?
No, they never said
to go to court. What they're saying automatically is don't go to court. Concede defeat means don't challenge the outcome of this election at any quarters, even in court. So why do you share the same view with them?
Actually, personally, I believe that governance is not all about it must be me or you. Like, if Atiku is indeed a lover of this country, he should be able to come close and contribute. He should. But if he wants to go to court, I am not saying he can't go to court. ACF has said what they want to do, what they want him to do, and it is up to him. But personally, like I said, I am in tandem with them that we move.
Drop every charges.
We move forward. I want us to move forward.
Okay, let's come home. Anambra electorate asked to support APGA candidates in state assembly election to promote good governance. That's one of the stories we have in our ABS website this morning. So what do you have to say about that as we move on?
APGA candidates to support State House of Assembly.
Anambra electorate to support APGA candidates in the State House of Assembly election coming up very soon.
Yes, it is a good advice because almost all states in southern Nigeria will be contesting for governorship and State House of our Assembly. But Anambra is not contesting for governorship. So we need to sustain the tempo of good governance that we experience in Anambra here in terms of security, etc. So if electorates supports people that will support the governor to continue the good work, it is a way forward for the Anambra. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. We move now to the Daily Sun newspaper. I want to look at the stories there. But remember that you can also join the discussion by asking questions and contributing by calling the phone lines on your screen. But remember that when you do that, lower the volume on your TV set and be cautious in your use of words so that we don't insult on air. Now let's move over now to the Daily Sun newspaper. On the forum page of the Daily Sun, we have INEC. We are ready for Guba State Assembly elections. Don't threaten voters, presidency tell APC members. Beside the nameplate, we have PDP, APC throw punches over Atiku. Abdulsalami Peace Panel meets PDP presidential candidate Osibanjo and Obi. We also have Buhari's aide speaks on new cabinet, gives intel, says appointment of ministers, advisors won't take long as in 2015. PDP alleges military occupation of South-South. Court sacks Briggs as Accord Party Guba candidate in Rivers. That's just 1 week to the Guba elections in Rivers State. We will implement 30,000 naira minimum wage. Secretary to the Government of the Federation says Atiku can go to court.
Is he over the 30,000 minimum wage?
No, I think he is now referring to...
I wonder why they joined the two stories together. Implementation of 30,000 minimum wage and telling Atiku to go to court. All
right. Retired AVM jailed for receiving 136 million naira bribe. Those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Sun. All right. INEC, we are ready for Guba State Assembly elections. Do you think INEC is ready? Yes, they've successfully conducted the presidential elections, but we knew what happened that led to postponement. Do you also think, with the experience they've gathered so far, that the failures registered during the presidential elections will repeat itself on March 9?
No, I don't expect another postponement because earlier they postponed for a space of 1 week.
All right.
But now, after the presidential approvals,
Okay, someone wants to join us before. Okay, you can continue. The call is up.
So now, after the 23rd February approvals, they have almost 2 weeks to the 9th. So I believe 2 weeks is enough for them to fill holes and get their allowance to conduct a credible, free and fair approvals come 9th March. But I urge INEC to step up, to be more conscious and cautious on the approvals of 9th March.
Well, why are you making that advice? Do you think there are some critical issues that will come up that didn't come up during the presidential elections?
There are places where issues of card readers were reported, etc. Such shouldn't happen. They should get their loins and be more competent to deliver their duties to Nigerians, you know.
Okay, let's move ahead. Buhari's aide speaks on new cabinet. It says appointment of ministers, advisors won't take long, and this as in 2015.
As expected.
As expected.
Yes, it shouldn't.
Is it just appointing, or who and who are appointed? These are some of the things that people are interested in. You could appoint them in one day, but who and who are in this cabinet?
It has to be done in accordance with the law and federal character. But if they delay like they did in 2015, it will give the impression that they are not sincere about the next level manifesto.
All right, let's take this call. Someone is joining us. Hello.
Let's go.
All right, let's move now to the Daily Times newspaper. On the front page of the Daily Times, March 9 polls, don't militarize South, PDP cautions federal government, and we have a rider alleges plans are on to brutalize PDP leaders, rig Guba polls in 5 South states for APC. Then the major headline there, we won't lose sleep over Atiku's plan to challenge poll results. Federal government says presidency not jittery as process was transparent. Atiku not destined to be Nigeria's president. That's coming from APC chairman Ochomole. We then have Naira gains at investors' forex window, stable at other segments. Supreme Court decides suspended CJN on Nongen's fate May 17. I did not declare Ifeanyi winner under duress. That's coming from the returning officer for that election. And 136 million naira fraud, court sentences Air Vice Marshal Omenyi to 7 years imprisonment. Those are the stories we'll have on the front page of the Daily Times. I think we've spent some time on polls, presidential polls. Let's look at the story. I did not declare Ifeanyi winner under duress. That's coming from the returning officer. Stories emerged some few hours after he said that he declared Ifeanyi under duress. But now he wrote a letter to the VC of his school and then to the public and the media, telling them that the story was wrong. What do you have to say about this and our electoral system?
Actually, it is not our electoral system when that is faulty here. It is our publicity channels. How can people come up and fabricate fake news and feed the public, the masses, with things that are not real? Is quite pertinent and unfortunate and should be discouraged. I congratulate Dr. Patrick Ifeanyi Oba. Indeed, he has shown that this election was credible, free and fair, you know.
All right, someone wants to join us. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to IJ. Good morning to the research person.
Good morning.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
This is Engineer John Paul. I'm calling from Oka this morning.
Okay, Engineer John Paul in Oka. Go on.
Yes, first of Nigerian electorate for their competitiveness towards the last general election. And I urge in the Anambra, this forthcoming National Assembly, State Assembly election, they should abuse it, they should repeat it. And having said that, I want to analyze based my analysis on the statements of someone telling us to go to court after talking about the 30 minimum implementation of 30 minimum wage.
All right.
APC-led government should be focused, should be planful on what to do to Nigerians. You understand?
Yeah.
And not having another stage of blame game again. Federal government as a government shouldn't even come up with that analysis of saying they cannot sleep even as it is going to cut. It should be PDP, APC problem this time and not
the federal government. Okay.
The government is established. It's been still running. The first 4 years, still running. So what I'm trying to say in newspaper review this morning is that people should watch the way they talk. They order not to critique politics. Nigerians are very worried about the way things are moving on in this country. Thank you, God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, still looking at the stories, we had in the other papers that the chairman of the peace accord is calling the candidates together, the presidential candidates together to perhaps initiate another round of peace, talk with them to see if Atiku can concede defeat. But now, Oshomole, the chairman of APC, is using strong words again. How do we make this peace possible? Look at what he said here. Atiku not destined to be Nigeria's president. Such words could be very provocative.
Oh, it sounds so childish.
So how can we make peace under this kind of talks?
But I am happy that that Mr. President doesn't toe such line as I advise APC not to use strong words or abusive words on the opposition. I advise them to focus on governance and deliver their manifesto.
All right, let's take this call also. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yes, I am Joseph on the line.
All right.
You're welcome.
I'm reaching you from Wakani.
Go on.
Good morning, my chairman in the studio.
Leader, Dalu.
Thank you. I want to contribute on the statement made by Oshomole.
All right.
That Atiku is not destined to be the president of Nigeria, and the other one, federal government, saying they will not lose sleep over Atiku going to court. I think the election has actually come and gone. This kind of statement should not be coming from people like Oshomole. I think what we need now is to get all these people that they contested and we are not able to win, to get them together and discuss how to move Nigeria on. All of us, we understood what happened. Even Oshomole that is saying all this, did not even win his one stage. So it's even a slap on him to start making all these unnecessary statements. He should be able to be matured this time around and stop all these unnecessary statements that will now make PDP people to think that they are not part of this country. We don't need this. It should be matured enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister.
Thank you.
We'll run now to the Punch newspaper. We have similar stories also there. Presidential poll results. Abdusalami Kuka meets Atiku Obi as Oshomole attacks ex-VP. You ain't destined to rule. We'll meet in court. APC chair tells Atiku. On top of the nameplate, we have domestic flight operations rise by 23%. Police tear gas anti-Tinubu protesters in Lagos. Many callers complained about hoodlums at polling units. Election monitor. Falana sues Bajabiamila for unpaid 20 million naira professional fee. I think that's a personal business there. Senatorial seats. APC wins Jonathan's district. 64 others. Governorship polls, PDP cautions against militarization of South-South. Be humble in victory, Presidency tells APC members. That's stories we have there. Fuel spillage from vandalized NNPC pipeline causes panic in Lagos. Ondo, 15 persons die of Lassa fever, 102 infected in 2 months. That calls for serious concerns. And then
I think we'll have to look at this militarization of the South-South as the governorship election is coming up. We have seen it in 3 papers that we have reviewed. What is that all about?
It must be discouraged. The army is not meant for internal security. They should be on the borders or where they are specifically invited. But there is no reason why they should occupy rivers. Now, there is no singular reason. So it must be condemned and be discouraged. It is not right.
But you know that the rate of violence that we've seen in rivers over time, instigated by people who should be godfathers in rivers politics, must have necessitated their move. If you saw the press briefing they granted, I think on Tuesday, you'll see the concerns that are raised as far as Rivers State is concerned. Don't you think the army has a business there?
I think there are protocols and things that we do in this country. Police, who leads internal security, never said that they need help to secure Nigeria internally. And army should be there when invited. The people nor the police never invited such security.
Actually, the military is in the, I think, committee for security in the election. That means they were invited.
No.
Okay, perhaps not in this degree that we're looking at. We very much know that the kind of muscles that are being flexed in River State between Amechi and Wike. But that notwithstanding, we remember the story of what happened in Plateau State the other time when Brigadier was killed and how the Abbey besieged that community. And we also heard about the death of one military officer in River State during this last election. Could it be the reason why they were there?
It might be, but it is not reason enough. That occupation must be discouraged.
All right, thank you, Honorable.
It is not right.
Honorable Chukwuma Okpalezuku, for joining us on Newspaper Review for this morning. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my dear.